guys, so as promised, I'm making this video today and we're going to show you how to create a dot marker activity book, the interior. So in my previous video last Friday, as you can see here, I showed you this niche, which is essentially where you take some paint like this in different colors and it's for children to kind of just press on the dots, and it's like a hand-eye coordination exercise. And so they take those paints, or they just use like a crayon, I guess, if they want to, and they just fill in the dots, basically what we're going to leave in black and white for them. And it can be on numbers, it can be on vehicles, it can be on oceans, it can be on unicorns. And as you saw in this video, there's a lot of different niches that we can do. So if we scroll towards the end, you can see all the different niches that we found. So we had all of these different niches which you could make a dot marker activity book in. And I did start to make the interior, but when I was looking at the best-selling books, it seems like what they all seem to do is make all of the dots the same size. And I guess this makes sense as well, because all of these kind of paint things here, they're all the same size. So it wouldn't make sense if, for example, all of our dots were different sizes. So let me go and show you the interior that I started to create. But actually, before that, we need to show you where to get the images from. So all I did to find these images, if I was going to make like a tropical themed one, like an animal themed dot marker book, all I searched was outline graphics, and I just scrolled down a bit until I found this artist here, which is Melissa Held Designs. And then I clicked onto her name to see what she has got. And I scrolled down a little more and I saw these images right here, which are going to be perfect for this book. Now, the reason I'm using only these type of images specifically, so ones where it's a black outline with like a transparent background, is because when we're using Canva, we can't get as advanced as we might like to if we were using something like Adobe Illustrator. It would be much easier to kind of edit the images and edit like the Adobe Illustrator files. So what we have to do is get these kind of images, and the best thing that you can do to find them is search digital stamps. This is kind of the terminology. So when you search digital stamps, like you can see there, this is what you find. So you find all of these black and white images, they're all transparent, and you could put dots in most of them. Now, of course, you want to try and find the ones which are the least detailed, because that's going to leave you the most space to put those circles in and those dots in. So that is what I would search on there if you wanted to use Creative Fabrica. And like it should say here, there will be a link in the description should you not have a membership. I will assume there's going to be a Black Friday Creative Fabrica sale, so I will also try and leave a link for that if I have the link by the time this video goes up. So the other way to find these images is obviously search in the niche you're making. Maybe it's unicorns, maybe it's dogs, maybe it's letters, maybe it's shapes. And you want to filter it when you're in Canva. So you want to do static, and you also want to filter it to black because we need black images like you can see here. So I might instead, or I might as well, for example, use this elephant. So you can see we've got a few images here. These ones are all from Creative Fabrica. But if I wanted to use this elephant, then I would simply drag this. Obviously, you want to check the licenses on Canva as well. So you can see here, free for Canva Pro. We press this. It says we can use this safely in any design for personal or commercial use. And as long as we're not reselling it just as an image itself, we're going to edit it, which is fine. And we're not using it in a logo, so we're good with that as well. That will be like the outline, and then we're going to place the dots, the circles in the middle. So these are the two best places to find these graphics. And like I've done here, you want to leave a gap in between the pages because that paint or that pen is going to probably go through the page. So you don't want them to like all blur together. So you want to leave a gap in between. And when I was analyzing our competition, it seems they've all got like between 75 and 100 pages. So you can see this one 64, this one 106, this one 52. So anywhere from 50 to 100, and we'll be able to make good sales. You can see this one's 101. So what I said for our book is we're going to do 75 pages. Now, if you imagine there's probably 2 pages at the start, 3 pages at the end, based on how I do my books usually. You can hear more about this in the Low Content Elite Society. I kind of explain what to put in the start of your books and what to put at the end to gather the most reviews and to get the most sales on your low content books. So like I say, that would be 2 pages at the front we're going to leave for like the title and other things, and 3 pages at the back. So that means we need 70 pages worth of drawings. But if only half of those are going to have images and half of them are going to be blank, it means we need to find 35 graphics. So that is kind of your task when it comes to doing that for your niche that you're making the book in. And when it comes to finding the circles, it's really, really easy. So what we're actually going to do is delete this one because, as I said, we wanted all our dots to be the same size like they are on this one. So what we're going to do is go back now into here, and we're going to find the animal that we were using. So let's drag it back onto this page. Drag it to the edge of the margin, And we're just going to take the circles that I found on here. Literally all I did to find these is really not complicated. I just typed in circle and I found a thick one. So for example, you could use that or that. And then I just copy and pasted it in here. So then what we're going to do is make sure we've got the same size. And we're just going to fit them where we can fit them. We're not going to stress about like these parts here. It's going to be too difficult to put one there unless you make it really small. So we're just going to go around the image like this. Maybe start on the outside first and just put them where we can put them, and we can always maneuver them around later. And obviously when you're doing this, you're going to take a little bit longer than I am with making sure they're like equidistant, so equal distance from each other. So you just keep doing this, and I will probably speed up this part of the video. So that is most likely how I would leave this image. And of course you could add some text as well to say something like, I mean, what even kind of bird is this? It's not a flamingo. It's, I'm gonna embarrass myself here and not know, so I'm just gonna write bird. For now, obviously you would not write that. You would find out what it really is. Is it like a, what is it? Is it like it's not like a duck, is it? Is it a pelican? It could be a pelican. But I thought maybe one of the other ones was a pelican. So you can see this one, the second drawing is done, and you just go through and do the same thing for all of them. So you want to make them as neat as possible. It will also look great actually if you do it on the border like that. Most likely we can fit some on this side as well. And at this point, you're going to have to make like an executive decision as to whether you want to try and make some smaller dots, but I don't really know if it's worth it. Just try and put them, I guess, where you can. And the reasoning for that is simply because when we create books and we want to try and sell as many books as we can, all we need to do is imitate the competition. So if our competition is making dot marker books and they're not changing the dot sizes for any reason, then we're not going to do it either. So that is the general thesis, and that shows you how to create the interior for this type of book. Now I don't need to obviously go through and do all of these ones. I will leave that up to you guys in your own niche of your own choosing. But the most important thing to remember so far is to use Creative Fabrica, as there is an abundance of graphics on here, literally hundreds of thousands of graphics if you search the right things and find the right artists and follow them and just keep up to date with everything. Also remember to use digital stamps as a keyword. That's a great way to find these graphics on Creative Fabrica, especially in the transparent type format. And when you've got yourself a Creative Fabrica subscription, all of these are free to use, and there's no copyright problem because you have all the licenses stored in your profile. So I always recommend to keep Creative Fabrica for the duration of your publishing business, because if you kind of use the images and then cancel your subscription, you could run into issues down the line. So for the sake of what, $10 a month I'm paying, you may as well just keep the subscription going. As long as you're making royalties, save the interior as a PDF print, and you're just literally going to upload it into KDP. With your optimized title, with your optimized keywords, with your beautifully written description using the Quez BRC method, which I'm going to teach you about in the Low Content Elite Society. So if you do want more information about the new program and society, click the first link in the description and you'll be taken to a page that's going to show you everything you need to know about what's coming on December the 11th. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope you find it useful. So comment down below if you got something out of this video, and I'll see you next time.
They wanna count me out before I'm even up. They wanna bring